The war in the Middle East is spreading, and now Iraq is feeling the shockwaves. Welcome to TimesXP. Late at night, loud explosions suddenly echoed across Baghdad. Residents who were living near Baghdad International Airport, they reported very powerful blasts, shaking buildings and lighting up the dark sky. Within minutes, videos began circulating online, thick black smoke rising into the air, emergency sirens blaring, and security forces rushing towards the explosion sites. Well, according to reports, the target were locations linked to the US military operation. One of the main sites hit was Camp Victory, basically a very heavily fortified military facility located near the airport and used by the American and coalition forces for years. Witnesses said that multiple explosions were heard from inside the base perimeter. Moments later, flames and smoke, it could be seen rising above the compound. But the attacks, they did not stop in Baghdad. Hundreds of kilometers to the north, another blast, it rocked Erbil. The explosion occurred near Erbil International Airport, an area where international coalition forces also operate. According to early reports, an ammunition store facility in that particular area was stuck, triggering a very powerful secondary explosion. The blast, it was so strong that it lit up the night sky and could be heard across nearby neighborhoods. Well, residents, they described the moment as terrifying. Windows rattled, car alarms started blaring, and people rushed outside just trying to understand what just happened. Iran-aligned armed groups are believed to be behind the strikes, by the way. These groups have long operated inside Iraq and have repeatedly warned that American military installation would become targets if the confrontation between Iran, the US, and Israel continues to escalate. And now, ladies and gentlemen, those warnings appear to be turning into action. And the conflict is no longer confined to just few countries. The violence is also spreading across the borders. In Syria, debris from a missile strike reportedly fell near the town of Ain Tharma, close to the capital Damascus. Well, the falling of debris injured a father and his three daughters, highlighting how civilians are increasingly getting caught in the crossfire of this expanding conflict. Well, what started as targeted strike between Iran and Israel is now spreading across the region. Missiles are flying across borders, armed groups are entering the battlefield, and American military bases across the Middle East are on high alert. From Baghdad to Erbil, from Damascus to the Gulf, the conflict is no longer limited to just one front. It is turning into a regional confrontation, and every new explosion, it raises the same question: how much further will this whole war spread?